Hey, what's up everybody? Back again on the 67 Mustang. We're getting this computer mocked up in here. As you can see, we've made some brackets to mount this under the fender. Wes has made us a splash shield cover template to go off of so that it protects everything from, road debris, water, that kind of stuff, because this owner is planning on driving this car. He's talking about doing like a power tour and driving it cross country. So gonna make sure that's protected, but it's tucked away so it keeps everything nice and clean. We've already went ahead and cut our piece here. I'm gonna go bend it up, get it into shape, and see if we can put it in there and see how well it works. So let's go get this shaped up. Start off getting our sides in. So like with the construction paper, it's just a good way to, get a rough in and kind of see what you've got and what you're working with before, wasting material, especially as expensive as material is these days. It's one of those things that it's just, everything keeps going up in cost, but it's just the easiest way to get your stuff mocked up whenever you can. I use construction paper a lot to do panels, boxes, things like this, to also show areas where I might need to shrink up an area so I know that it needs to be smaller. So if I'm rolling it in an English wheel or however it needs to stretch that metal out to get that shape and the roll that it needs to have in it. This stuff here is just all pretty much just kind of straight edge stuff. I'm gonna take some of these fingers out here to get this in here. So let's see how many we need to take out. Find me a spot that lines up. All about, that's that one right there. It's probably gonna be about the best. Take that one there out and move this one here. So the purpose of, as I said, the fingers, taking these out is so that we've got the side bent up here now. So now, we can't put that in there without removing one of the fingers out of the box pan brake. And that's what makes these things nice. If it's just a regular brake, oops, I did that one too much. Then you don't get the option of, doing complex bends such as these. So now, where this is at, now I can slide in there and I can do my other two bends that go in this position and the other with these fingers out of the way. From the other side. So we've got one right here to do, right? Yep. On the very end. So that down. That's about a little bit more. Should be about right there. Now, lift that up, go to my next spot. Down. Give that a little bit of a bend. Oh. Catching the lip here. There we go. Now, that'll move. stuff. Oh, come out the back. There we go. All right, so you can kind of start to see it come into shape on that part there. We'll roll these corners in, and then these have to be bent in, and this part right here come up. So I'll go ahead with this part here, get our other lip. And this thing clamps down. You don't have to clamp much, and it gets really tight, so you can't hardly move the material, especially if it's all adjusted correctly. Looks good there. I'll go up. That one I'm going to be limited. I'm going to have to get these other bends here. So here I got to do these sides, so I'm going to have to come over to the edge where it'll hang off a little bit here. Clamp that in. That should clear this side. Let's start on that one. Come to this side. Repeat. Setting in there too deep. Right there. Start on that one. All right, so I'm gonna have to use the dolly, and where I've got that started, kind of bring that on around. I've already got my beam started. Now, our other lip's going to come up the rest of the way here. Fill in on that. We've got to bring these corners around, and we'll go see how it fits. Finish this now here. Let that come on up. Maybe. I don't know. My fingers still might be in the way on that one. All I can of it, but you're going to be dollying that a little bit around there. Set that against there. You have to work a little at a time. If you try to bend all, like every bit of it down here on one side all at one time and then come down here, it'll distort it more and kind of get things out of shape and create a little bit more work. So that gets that roughed in there, gives you an idea of that box sitting in there, and then we'll get these corners folded in and around the outside right here. Flush with it. All right, so there you can kind of see a little roughed in. Just we'll straighten it up a little bit more and do our tack welds on it just to keep everything in together nice and tight. But let's see what we got. That bolt. That bolt came out, but you see what we got. And so like I say, we'll get the rest of this cleaned up. We'll get everything spot welded on it that we need to. We'll get it bolted up. All right, we got our bracket and our cover all situated. So our brackets, we showed those. We finished them up with our threads and stuff, welded nuts on there, so everything's a simple, easy install. The dust shield, water shield, whatever you want to call it, to protect the PCM is ready to go in. It's just going to slide in right there. Sometimes things look like super easy, but a lot of time goes into figuring out stuff like this, to the location and what needs to be done to make everything work, where to start. Again, fabricating brackets from scratch, this cover from scratch. You know, Wes sat there and made the cover shield out of cardboard paper, construction paper, and you know, so that we could get a rough in, get the visual of what we need. We have to check the fender clearance. There's just a lot of stuff that goes into it. It's you know, behind the scenes kind of stuff people don't realize, and it adds up. There's a lot of variables to take into consideration on multiple of things, to clearances, your tolerances, if there's moving parts, anything such as that. So you know, appreciate you guys watching, following up with us. You know, feel free to comment or anything. You guys got any suggestions, kind of things you might like to see more of, anything. But we appreciate you guys, and keep following, and we'll check you guys out later. Thanks.